You ever buy a house thinking you're escaping all the chaos of the world, just so you can end up in a real-life sitcom where your pool triggers a full-blown civil war? Yeah, well, buckle up, because if you'd told me 6 months ago I'd be calling a lawyer over an inflatable flamingo, I would have laughed in your face. Let's rewind. So I'd spent a decade in aerospace, tight deadlines, too much caffeine, and even more nonsense. I just wanted out. I found this perfect lakefront spot. Honest to God, the kind of place where you picture yourself whittling on a porch swing, listening to the wind. Maybe fishing at sunrise, not a neighbor in sight. No HOA, no meetings about mailbox colors, no one judging your grass height from across the street. Just peace. That was the dream, anyway. The sellers? Sweet old couple, moving to Arizona, grandkids and all that. They handed over everything. Deed, zoning docs, survey maps, a photo album with sun-bleached Polaroids of the pool from like 1987. And every last one said the same thing. Private property, no HOA ever. I checked the county records, double, triple. This place was mine. All mine. The mossy stones down to the water, the sagging fence, even the slightly haunted pool in the back. First week, I get to work. New privacy fence, the kind that says, "Hey, this is my land. Kindly keep your labradoodle off my grass." Contractors out there with a nail gun. I'm researching tile for the pool, LED lights, maybe a hot tub if I'm feeling fancy. For a month, life is perfect. I work from home, read by the pool, sometimes just sit out back and do nothing for hours. Bliss. Then, Karen arrived. It was a Thursday, cicadas screaming, sun dipping behind the trees. I spot something weird by the new fence. Thought it was a raccoon at first. Nope. It's a woman, blonde bob, polo tucked so tight it might have been stapled, perched on a stepladder, holding a laminated map. And a clipboard. Of course. She peers over, stone-faced. "Can I help you?" I ask, already regretting my life choices. She doesn't even blink. "I'm Karen Blake, president of the Silver Palm Estates HOA. This pool," waves her wholly laminated map at me, "is a community amenity. Lot E. Recreation space. The pool belongs to the neighborhood." I kid you not, I almost laughed. I told her, "Nope, sorry, private property, not in your HOA. Got the deed and everything." She squints at me, sniffs, and says, "Well, I suggest you double check, because if that's the pool I think it is, you're not supposed to be the only one using it." Then she just walks off. No apology, no explanation, like she just delivered a subpoena. I stood there in my wet towel, mouth open. Was I on some prank show? Nope. That was just the start. 2 days later, certified letter shows up. Not email, letter. Embossed and everything. Silver Palm Estates, Office of the President. The kind of thing that makes your blood pressure spike, even if you're innocent. Letter says my pool is a shared community asset per their archival documents, and I need to give open access, schedule included. Tuesday and Thursday, water aerobics. Weekends, family gatherings. And I had 7 days to comply, or else. I nearly spit out my coffee. I sent pics of the letter to my buddy, who's a lawyer in Denver. He just texted back, "They're insane. Don't even respond unless you want to, but you're golden." I did send a reply, though, polite, but with all my legal docs, and a note that, "No, Karen, my backyard is not your YMCA." That weekend, my friend Adam comes over. We're grilling, testing the new pool lights, genuinely good times, until we hear shouting over the fence. Karen, plus 2 henchmen with matching polos and clipboards, yelling at us about community usage policies. One guy's taking pictures like he's documenting a crime scene. Adam leans over. "Is this normal here?" I just laugh. "Apparently." Karen starts demanding we leave. This is a violation. I crank up the music. Ain't nobody got time for that. But then, clipboard dude calls someone loudly. Next thing you know, blue and red lights at the curb. Cops show up looking like they expected to break up a kegger, not 2 dudes, and some Miles Davis. One cop's young, looks ready to draw down on the grill. The other just looks tired, like he's seen too many HOA complaints and not enough actual crime. I meet them halfway. "Yeah, I live here. Cole Maddox. We got a call about a disturbance and unauthorized use of community property." Young cop dead serious. Aggressive behavior. I just shake my head. I pull up my backyard camera on my phone. Show them the footage. Karen and her crew yelling, me minding my own business. The older cop actually chuckles. They check my deed, look at my name, see the parcel info. Looks in order, young cop says, finally relaxing. I almost want to ask if he wants a hot dog. The older one goes, she said you were hostile. I grin. If tuning out someone's yelling is hostility, I'm guilty as charged. They take a statement. I offer to email the footage. They promise to note it as a non-incident. And go break the news to Karen that I'm not a squatter. But Karen? Oh, she's just warming up. Next morning, I get a knock. Teen girl with flyers. She hands me one. Won't meet my eye. Scurries off. Community alert. Reclamation of shared pool underway. Hostile occupation by non-HOA resident. Join us in demanding pool rights. There's even a grainy picture of me, shirtless, sipping a beer, looking like I'm occupying the Alamo. By lunchtime, HOA's Facebook page is melting down. Hashtag take back the water, memes, doctored maps. Karen in the comments every 10 minutes, telling people legal actions underway. I peel off HOA stickers from my fence, find community passes in my bushes. These people are treating it like the Berlin Wall. One night, I see security footage, someone digging through my trash, photographing the crumpled flyer by my mailbox. Probably to add littering to the charges. I start saving everything. Screenshots, stickers, camera footage, Karen's greatest hits. That's when I call in the big guns, my new lawyer, Jennifer Sloan. 30 years, HOA's worst nightmare. I show her the evidence. She's flipping through my manila folder, half laughing, half ready to set something on fire. She says, let's build a record. No mercy. Jennifer's got contacts at zoning. Within days, she digs up every plat, every real map. Guess what? Not a single one says my pool's anything but private. But the real kicker? The community map Karen loves, someone doctored it. You could see where they pasted on a rec facility label, wrong font, off-center, like a toddler made it in MS Paint. Metadata on the scan? Edited 6 months ago by R. Blake, Raymond Blake, Karen's husband, ex-land use consultant, ran into trouble for pulling the same stunt in a different neighborhood. Pattern of fraud, right there in county records. We file a formal complaint, submit cease and desists. Jennifer even gets a preservation order so they can't lose their maps. Karen doubles down, posts more online. Her husband, meanwhile, goes dark. A few days later, plot twist. HOA sues me. Hand-delivered envelope, thick as a phone book. They want recognition of the pool as community property, an easement for scheduled use, money for loss of enjoyment, and an injunction banning me from hostile occupation. Yeah, that happened. Jennifer just grins. Let's bury them. Hearing date set, but Karen isn't done. Their witness is a neighbor, Walter, the guy with the sweater-wearing poodle who once yelled at Karen about her parking. He claims under oath the pool was always open to the neighborhood. Jennifer finds an old oral history interview Walter did for the library, on video, saying that lake house was always private, never went near it. We file the video as evidence, complete with timestamps. Meanwhile, I get quiet support from neighbors, private Facebook messages, emails, some too scared to speak up, others apologizing for Karen. One woman admits she was bullied into signing a petition. The tides are turning. Then, the night before court, I catch a guy on my camera, bolt cutters, HOA hoodie, sneaking into my yard at 1 a.m. He's planting HOA access restored signs everywhere, relocking my gate with a plastic padlock. I call 911, watch him zip tie the fence like he's on a secret mission. Cops roll up, catch him mid-escape. Turns out, it's Tim, HOA vice president. He looks stunned to be in cuffs, like he thought he was a superhero, not breaking and entering. I press charges, obviously. The next morning, HOA Facebook's ablaze. Karen claims Tim acted alone. No one buys it. Court day. Judge looks tired. Jennifer looks like she's already won. Karen's lawyer tries the shared resource speech, waves the doctored map around like it's the Magna Carta. Jennifer calmly introduces the original map, with metadata, thanks very much, then methodically exposes Karen's husband as the forger. Walter's perjury, and even sneaks in the HOA expense records showing Karen reimbursed herself for all the battle expenses, including those bolt cutters. The room's dead silent when the judge asks, Miss Blake, did you personally authorize these expenditures? She squirms. Yes, but the judge is not impressed. Recess. Back in, the judge drops the hammer. Claims. Baseless. Documents. Fraudulent. Property. Mine, fully and forever. Bonus. Considering sanctions for HOA abuse. Recommends Karen get herself a lawyer. Jennifer just whispers, checkmate. I nearly hug her. 2 weeks later, rulings official. HOA owes me $120,000 for damages, legal costs, unique inconvenience. Karen steps down. Her husband skips town. The HOA collapses. Board members resign. Facebook group gone. Someone writes, no queen, no court, on the clubhouse bulletin. Neighbors apologize, bake me pies, say they were just scared to cross Karen. That's how it ends. A payout, a repaired fence, new cameras, and a matte black sign on my gate. Private property. Not your pool. Not your HOA. Stay on your side. The neighborhood throws a party. Brisket, beer, laughter, jokes about community swim hours. Even the city inspector shows up, shakes my hand, says, glad to see sanity win one. As the sun sets, I prop my feet up, sip a beer, listen to the crickets. My land, my rules, my pool. No more flyers, no more ladder spies, no more HOA drama. Just peace at last. But you know what? Sometimes I sit there and wonder, how many other neighborhoods have a Karen, a Raymond, some rogue clipboard crusader just waiting for their moment? How thin is the line between order and absurdity? I don't know, but I'm ready if they try again. What about you? Ever been caught in a fight over what's rightfully yours? Stood up when everyone else just looked away? I want to hear it. Drop your story below. Let's talk about what justice really means and where you draw the line. And hey, if you ever find yourself in a battle with an HOA army, just remember, keep receipts, get a good lawyer, and never, ever let anyone steal your peace.